Hey guys, it's Bscat here. So for today's video, I'm gonna tell you what I think the Ontario government should do to improve the long-term care industry. So as you know, the long-term care industry has been in a disarray for years now. It's been understaffed. It's been privatized all the way back to the Mike Harris years, and now we just had COVID-19 and a lot of people died, and they shouldn't have died because we didn't invest in our long-term care system. So let's talk about what I think that they need to do. First off, we need to end the privatization of long-term care. So here's what that means. Right now, Ontario nursing homes are either owned by the government or they're owned by a private company. When they're owned by a private company, you have to pay to be in that nursing home. And if you run out of money, they literally throw you out on the street. They don't care about you because it's about profit. So here's what I'm calling for, and here's what a few other people are also calling for, like the NDP and the Liberals. End the privatization of the long-term care system and make it run by the government. So then it's covered by OHIP. It's better, and not only that, there's a lot more transparency. So if there is an incident at the nursing homes, like I don't know if you guys remember, it was a few years ago now, the Elizabeth Wettlaufer case here in Ontario, Canada. She was working in a Woodstock nursing home, and basically she killed all these people. Well, a lot of that information was not released publicly because it was a private long-term care home. So they had to have a public inquiry, which obviously takes years. And now we're just finding out now what could have been done. If this nursing home was owned by the government, all this information would have been made available publicly faster. So that's one thing that we need to do. We need to end the privatization of all long-term care homes. Second, for all PSWs, for people who work in nursing homes, we need to make the minimum wage. And yes, I've said this in my security guard video, but I'm going to say it again. We need a $15 an hour minimum wage. And that's just minimum. You shouldn't be paying people minimum wage. You should be paying them more than that. I think personally, every year, employees should get $1 raise. That's just my opinion. But anyways, so let's move on. Third thing that we need to do is we need to have a public inquiry, yes I know, into the COVID-19 situation in the long-term care homes. Now here's what you're probably saying. But you just said that it takes years. That's true. But we need to find out what went wrong in the nursing homes. Because if we don't, we're not going to find out. So that's why we need to have a public inquiry into the nursing home situations during COVID-19. As you know, there were stories online of bed bugs in nursing homes, cockroaches, people being beaten. They actually had to call in. I think there's about to be an ambulance going by my window. Sorry. There was also some people were left in soiled diapers, which is very, very disgusting. I don't think that should happen. There was just a lot of stuff that went wrong. Staff not caring about their job, and that is very not okay. There was just a lot of things that were not being right. Another thing that I do actually support, and as well the NDP are actually moving this motion, which I also support, minimum of 4-hour care for every resident every day. So now what does that mean? If this becomes law, which I think it should be, and if I was premier, I would pass this. All residents, in long-term care would have to get a minimum of 4 hours care each day. So what does that mean? Bathing, cleaning, eating, combing their hair, or just whatever. At least they're being seen. At least they're being noticed. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but 4 hours is actually something. It's better than nothing. Another thing that we need to do is we need to hire more PSWs, and this actually ties into my plan, which dropped on Saturday. Sorry, dropped on Saturday, I think. My plan to help low-income people here in Ontario. So as of right now, we have like a staffing shortage of PSWs, personal support workers here in Ontario. But if we make college and a university free for low-income people, if some of those people want to become PSWs, they can now do that, and then we won't have a staffing shortage anymore. We need to make it more accessible. See, all my plans tie into a spider's web. They all tie in together. So that's my plan as to how to improve the Ontario long-term care industry. So let's go over this again. First, end for-profit long-term care. The government needs to control the long-term care homes. Second, a $15 minimum wage for everyone in this province, especially PSWs. 3, a public inquiry into the COVID-19 situation in long-term care homes. 4th, hire more PSWs. That's what we need to do. And that's just a start. That's somewhere to start. So again, as I say in all my videos, share this video with the Ontario government and Doug Ford. Alright guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.